Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're back and doing a best of one Kamigawa Neon Dynasty draft. Looking at Voltage Surge to start it off, but we've got Mukatai Soul Ripper is the rare. Haven't played with or against it yet. Maybe I played against it. I can't remember. I don't think it's that good. It is cheap, and it's not too hard to crew, and it occasionally you can give it menace and get in there. I mean, it probably puts games away. You can't always sack artifacts and creatures. Honestly, after reading it, it's not a bad card. I don't feel like taking it. I'd rather have removal than it, I feel like, in most cases. Gravelighter, also pretty good versatility on this, but Voltage Surge is so much cheaper, and I feel like I've found a good amount of success with the artifact decks. There's just a lot of artifacts in this format. Being able to pay 1 mana to deal 4 damage at instant speed, it just turns out is really good. I know, surprise, surprise. There's also Disruptor in here, Hacker, Spinning Wheel Kick, Trash Bot, some goodies, but I'm going to take the Voltage Surge. Well, could follow up with Soak and Zan. It's my least favorite land. Best card, I mean, probably just Twisted Embrace. It's a little clunky, but good removal, deals with a lot of things. Modifies, is an enchantment. It's got some good upside. I feel like this shrine does work on its own. You can kill X1s with that thing, no problem. It's got Death Touch too. It is good. I guess I'd rather take Twisted Embrace just because it's like targeted removal. Could go either way there. All right, Gaslighter versus Voltage Surge. There's also Rabbit Battery. Good picks in here. I think I'm going to go with the Surge. I think I like Surge more than Embrace because it's cheaper. So if I were to choose a color to go down, I'd rather go down the Surge path. And maybe I'll end up playing both. And Gravelighter is a good card. It's evasive with a relevant ability. You're either drawing a card or you're making them sack. I mean, those are good. I think I would just rather have the Surge, though, just because it's cheap targeted removal. Okay, so now there's Gauntlet, or we could take the Sling. The lifelink on Gauntlet is very good. We could just be going straight up for a black-red deck now. If I take the Simian Sling, it's worse than Gauntlet, but it's safer, and it maybe opens us up for going more down like a... I feel like if I take the Leech Gauntlet here, I'm very much starting to marry myself into black-red. Not that I dislike that. I like black-red decks in this format. But if I take the Sling, I could still end up maybe blue-red, which I have found success with. Guess I'm going to go Gauntlet. That's a pick that I might end up regretting. We'll find out. Okay, so in red now, it's nothing. In black, we've got some good picks, though. Probably going with the Reckoner Raid. It's cheap. 1 mana, drains twice, gives you a evasive creature. That's also an enchantment. Yeah. Keeps you busy early. Other notables in here. The Samurai. Kami. Potentially playable in here. Because we're going to be aiming for artifacts. And we already have a couple enchantments. So that's good. Alright. Lethal Exploit. It's a card I like. It's cheap removal. It gets better with Modify. This can modify. Twisted Embrace modifies. Fall of Lord Khanda is good. I like the Infiltrator for getting ninjas in, but probably a little bit less relevant in black-red. Could be red, actually, is drying up. I guess we'll see. Well, nothing super inspiring to pick here. Could just take the Ember Keeper. Debt to the Kami, return to action, not really doing it for me. I mean, Debt to the Kami is untargeted instant speed removal. Can be good. I guess I'll take Ember Keeper. Honestly, I don't love it, but we already have some incentive to modify creatures, so... Okay, Virus Beetle versus another Reckoner Raid. So, we already have some artifact synergies. God, Scrounger looks good here, too, with the Voltage Surges. So, Virus Beetle better with the ninjas, but also great with Voltage Surge. Scrounger also great with Voltage Surge because he can spit out treasures. things have to die, but we have removal. Or take the Reckoner Raid. I think I'm going to go Scrounger. Honestly, I don't know if this is right. It doesn't beat down as well, and it doesn't make them discard, but for some reason I kind of like it here. Okay, this can bring back Ninjas and Rogues, of which we do have a couple, I guess. It can't actually bring back this because it's a Saga, not a Rogue, until it flips. I guess we'll take the Trash Bot. We have enchantments and artifacts. This is definitely a good deck for it. Don't need any of this. I guess we'll take the Kami because I'm not going to play the... I don't think we're playing Ambitious Assault. Take another Ember Keeper. Not great, not terrible. Kaito's Pursuit. Not likely to play that, but... So, red, not necessarily open. We got 4 red picks. 2 are good. 2 are pretty mediocre. 2 drops. What's nice about Ember Keeper is they do actually pump the Trash Bot. They're good if we end up getting the other Kami, the one that the 3/4 for 4, because at this point we've got pretty dead even on artifacts and enchantments, so that's something. If we have more ways to modify, I'm just going to take the rare here. If we have more ways to modify, the Ember Keepers get better, especially in multiples. I mean, having a creature die and getting 2/1/1s is not bad. It's tough to get value from Ember Keeper, though. But we could certainly, you know, find more ways to modify. Right now, we just have the Embrace and the Gauntlet. Again, Gauntlet is not a cheap way to... not a cheap way to reconfigure or modify, rather. I like Emergence, the green one. I think it's good. Well, Kami War is pretty tough to get going, so I don't think we're taking that. Unfortunately, this pack is a huge mess for us. Huge mess. I guess we'll take Blade Blesser, which is a card we could probably wheel. Because otherwise, I'm possibly abandoning ship on red for blue or green. Taking the Octopus, which is better if you have Evasion, which we don't. Or this... or Roaring Earth. I mean, like I said, we're gonna wheel Blade Blesser, so taking it is a bit of a waste here, even though it technically is a playable thing here. So I think we just opt for the strongest pick in case we find something else in that color that's also more in line with what we want to do. Of these 3, I think I like Besayu the most because it's like card advantage plus win con, even though the card advantage is just lands. Wow, Tameshi. Well, looks like I made the wrong choice because now I want to do this. Problem is, I don't know how we're going to get that white. Nothing in black here. There is Guide Bot, which I could take. It modifies, so it's good with Ember Keepers. It draws cards. If I take Tameshi, I have to splash white to really get value out of it. It's definitely a strong card. Can I find a way to play Abandon Red, play blue, and get white in there? That's going to be tough. Guidebot, on the other hand, modifies and draws a card. Possibly still keeps us down red-black. And there's Song Shaper 2, which is fine, but I'd rather have a Guidebot. I guess I'm taking the weaker card here in Guidebot. All right. Well, at least we're getting a good red removal now. I'll take the Discharge, which I like more. Right now we're looking like a modify value deck, which is just great. Ember Keeper gives us value for that. Guidebot, feel like Discharge, if we take it, which we are here. Gosh, Invoke the Winds too. Well, you know how Invoke works for me. Does not work so well. All right, another Discharge. I mean, in this deck, can often be a shock that scales even better. So we'll take it. Can take the Song Shaper, can take the Apprentice. Apprentice comes in modified. I think this makes the most sense for us. Comes in modified, good with Surge, Going to be good with the Ember Keepers. Good with Guidebot. You can probably dump this now and presume we're still doing this plan. I'm fine with it. It looks good. Apprentice is fantastic with Voltage Surge. You can make attacks. They block a certain way to trade. Voltage Surge, kill something, sack my Apprentice, pump the thing he blocked. That's pretty slick. Comes in modified is actually a big deal. I'll take the Boar here. I don't play it too often. It's an expensive card to equip, but it's good use of mana, and it's a 3-mana 3/2 trample at worst, which is not bad. Can take the Ogre. How's my low creature count? Because I'm looking at Decoy too. Well, Decoy's better with ninjas, but it's fine without ninjas. It still can trade. I think I'll do the Ogre. Ogre's really bad against attacks into 1-power creatures. Like if you're trading into a token or something, you're feeling pretty rotten about Ogre. But if you're stopping a blocker to get in and then get to follow up with a good attack, it feels amazing. So it's got some high upside and some low downside. I don't know what I want here. I'm really not impressed with any of these cards, and I think none of them are super likely to make the deck. Probably the Samurai because it's got evasion of sorts with the Menace. Take the Ambitious Assault. I don't think we're playing it, although it does give us modified value, so maybe I can consider it. Don't need any of this. Master's Rebuke's the best card, but we've already made the black-red bed, and now we're lying in it. Tempered in Solitude's a very good pick 11 pick here. I like the card. I finally got a chance to play with it. Even though I drew my entire deck and lost that game, I would still say that was mostly my fault. There was a couple spells I missed because I tapped my mana preemptively. I guess we'll take a third Ember Keeper. Jeez. I mean, Iron Apprentice with Ember Keepers out is pretty slick, actually. You just get bodies to attach things to. And yeah, they're good with Trashbot. Trashbot's looking amazing in here with 13 things that can pump it. 14 if we play the Decoy. Decoy also good with Surge. 3 mana, 4 damage to something, draw a card. I mean, you end up net even because you had to use 2 cards, but still. Ooh. You know, Shrine Steward, not bad in here. We have the Twisted Embrace. I don't know if we have any other auras, but, well, geez. That's a tough one. Invoke Despair is incredibly strong. We could just go for the Assassin's Ink, which is safer. My issue with playing Invoke Despair is we're really going to have to shape our mana base around it. I think it's one of the best invokes because it's card advantage, life loss, and making them get rid of things all built into one. Like you're never going to be unhappy with what it does. 4 black is tough to do, especially for an aggro deck. I think I'm still going to risk it. It's just the upside is huge. I'm going to have to do like a 10-7 mana base to make it work, but I might just have to live with that. What's my creature count at? 13. We actually have more than that. I'm going to take the Exploit here, more modify value. Or I could take the Haven, make my mana base better. That's true. Because we already have a deck, and I need this mana base to be better. I'm going to go for the mana base play here. Exploit's a great card. It absolutely would make the deck. It's what this deck wants to do. But if we can't cast Despair, then I've been punished by that too many times. So here I'm going to take an Apprentice. It's an amazing card for the deck. It's exactly what this deck wants to do. And it's just exactly what we want to do. We're going to take it. Oh, Anvil and Life of Toshiro. We're taking Anvil just because I absolutely love this card. It's so good. It drains your opponent out. This is an amazing card too. You get 2-for-1s out of this. You don't really get 2-for-1s out of Oni Cult Anvil, but there's just no way I can pass it. It's too fun to not take. So Smelter can convert. Smelter actually looking quite good in here with Apprentices and Decoy. Convert and get value is pretty good value. All right, Reckoner Raid, or we could take another Scrounger, or we just take the Apprentice for all the value. I think I like Reckoner Raid, but I'm going to take a third Apprentice. Like, Apprentice now is It's just synergy central over here. So we can take another Scrounger. It just spits out artifacts, which... good for like Anvil and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I think we just do it. Enormous Energy Blade. Well, I don't want anything else in here, so we'll take it. But, I mean, I guess you can slap it on an Apprentice and make it a big threat. Obviously, the issue is it's just so clunky. It does only equip for 2, but it's just so clunky. Smelter is, yeah, definitely amazing with some of these things. All right, I guess we take the Sling. It's another way to modify. It's another 1-drop. Geez, we're looking like a 16-land deck, but can I afford to do that with Invoke Despair? We might have to. This curve is low enough, especially after we make our cuts, where it may just be in our best interest. Actually, Ambitious Assault looks like it might actually make the deck, believe it or not. We don't need any of this. I'll just take one of the uncommons. This one's better. It's a late Basayu. Pick 10 Basayu is pretty crazy. I guess we'll look at us. I mean, decent chance we go for an assault plan here, as crazy as that is. When you have 3 Iron Apprentice, it's really pretty good. Because we can, it's just, Invoke Despair is gonna make it tough, admittedly, to do 16 lands, but I think I'm gonna go for it. We're going to find the cuts and try and make this work. And we're going to have to do... well, I guess we'll look. So we want to do 1 less red. This would be 9-7. No, 9-8. So we can do like... we can do 10-7. 10-7 sounds way better. That Uncharted Haven looks a lot better when you do it like that. 10 sources at least is realistically we can get Invoke Despair. So let's cut, I think the idea is cut red spells. So Samurai can go. Scroungers help us cast it too. That's nice actually. That is good. Yeah, especially with Anvil too. Wow, that is good. All right, cuts. So Ember Keeper, synergistically good with Apprentice. But do we really need 3 of them? Probably not. I don't know if I need the Shrine Steward. We can find the Embrace with it, but we're playing 16 lands, so let's cut that curve down. Ogre can probably go. It is an artifact. It's a good card. Gosh, we have 19 artifacts and enchantments. Trashbot's just a bomb in here. I think we might be able to cut the Decoy. I think we cut the Ogre. Boar is at least, versatile. And it's got Trample. Creature counts at 15, 16. I don't really count Anvil as a creature. So 16 creatures. We can cut 1 more. And maybe it's just an Ember Keeper. Or it could be the Decoy. I kind of like going for the Ember Keeper. Voltage Surge better with Decoy. Ember Keeper better with Apprentices. And Scrounger is also good with these little dudes dying. And yeah, Ember Keeper is going to be better with Ambitious Assault too. All right, we'll cut the Decoy. So we have to cut some... non-creature stuff. I'm debating cutting the Tempered in Solitude. I actually I really like Tempered in Solitude. The reason to cut it is because we're likely attacking with more than 1 thing in this deck. Most of the time. Is my assumption. I think we are. I actually really like Ambitious Assault in here. To be honest, I don't really want to cut Tempered in Solitude, but we need all the removal we can get. And 2 Surges, 2 Discharge, Exploit, that's 5, 6, 7. I mean, that's a good removal count. Guess we're cutting this, and it makes sense too. Cut another red spell. I'm more on board with that. Final cut. Should be a red spell. I don't particularly want it to be an Ambitious Assault. I can cut a Scrounger. The Scrounger helps us cast Despair and gives us sack stuff for Anvil. It also brings us down to 14 creatures, which could be a problem when we're trying to do Ambitious Assault. I maybe cut one Ambitious Assault. I think it's really important for the deck, actually, because we don't have... Our guys are so weak. I almost feel like we need the Ambitious Assault. Maybe I can go to 14 creatures. If I do, I could see maybe cutting the Sling. Not because it's a bad card. I actually like Sling. But getting red on turn 1 is going to be less likely. So it might make more sense to play the Boar. Because the Boar attacks well on its own. Sling doesn't necessarily. It's a much cheaper reconfigure cost. But I should probably cut a red spell here. Sling is better with assaults, though. I don't really want to cut a creature. I don't really want to cut a non-creature. This is tough. Tough choice here. I can play 14. 14 creatures is going to be worse with 2 assaults. But I don't really want to cut removal either. I could cut exploit, but it's kind of great with this deck. I'm thinking about cutting a Scrounger because it's a black creature, which is good, and it helps fix for Invoke Despair. It helps with Anvil. But it doesn't... I feel like Scrounger doesn't necessarily contribute to beating our opponent down too effectively, which I feel like is an important part about this deck. Honestly, I really don't know. We're at 14 creatures now, which is a little bit creature light. So that could be a problem, but I mean, the skeleton of this deck is good. I'm surprised how many 16 land decks I've been playing recently. All right, well, I guess this is it. We'll run it like this. We'll see you round 1. All right, this one will have to mulligan all black lands with all red spells on the play. Not going to do it. This one's keep. We'll dump the... probably a Flame Discharge. I think that just makes the most sense because then we can at least go creature into creature and threaten a little bit better. Plus, attaching it to Emberkeeper gives us some decent value. There's the assault. So the nice thing is, once we attach Sling to Emberkeeper, it's like you keep getting bodies to attach your equipment to. It's kind of nice. All right, so we name black, obviously. Whole purpose of Uncharted Haven in here. Attach here, get in for 3. They don't have a good block. You can follow up with an Anvil next turn. We have a modified creature, so Discharge is online. We don't have anything to sack to Anvil yet to net our 1/1s for draining each turn, but that's okay. Okay. So we can actually kill that. At this point, I think we do. They can protect it potentially because they have the mana, but I think we still go for it. I mean, I want to get in for damage here, so. If they protect it, I'll still attack. I guess if it's safekeeping, I mean, they have to tap it regardless, so we're going to get to attack. They could have, like, Master's Rebuke, kill the Ember Keeper, we get a modified creature. Smelter is going to be good with the Anvil, because it's going to let us maybe sack the Sling here. But we don't want to sack until we have the Anvil online here. Well, Invoke Despair. We're ways away from that. So, we're not, like I said, we're not sacking the Sling yet. So, I guess we... Yeah, the play is definitely attack with Ember Keeper and then play Smelter. Alright, so they're going to exile our dude. We'll live with that. Play the Smelter and pass. And then we can go Anvil, sack the Sling, get a 3-1, get a 1-1. We can convert our 1-1s into... That's actually amazing synergy. You sack the 1-1, turn it into a 3-1, and net another 1-1. It's really good. Smelter is definitely good value here. We're going to have to lose our Sling for it, but I'm going to live with that. Prancer, obviously looking good here. But, wow, Prancer to Prancer. That's really good. All right. Not the land we were looking for, but what can you do? So we'll go Anvil, and then we'll sack our Sling, and we get to, like I said, net a 1-1 here. Oh, and they have haste, too. I didn't even... That's great. So next turn I can... Oh, I don't have any modified creatures, unfortunately. So Ambitious Assault's going to be less good. Okay. All right. Pretty good one. We can't win currently. Makes it pretty tough. Ooh, Voltage Surge. Well, that's going to help us win, I suppose. I guess we still have to take out the Kieran. We don't have to, but I think we do take out the Kieran. But first things first, so let's sack the... Because it's... Yeah, wow. That's just great. You just net creatures every turn, huh? Well, I mean... It's going to be a tough race here. Maybe I killed a Prancer. We certainly allow it. So, it might actually make more sense to surge the... Well, the problem is... How much does this cost to reconfigure? 5? Okay. No, I guess we chill. Be nice if they missed. That'd be a treat. I think if they're thinking this long, though, they didn't miss. Harmonious Emergence. That's a big threat. So I guess we're just going to surge the Kirin. Three mana, 3/2 flyer, too, on top of being reattachable. It's pretty amazing. So we'll take our medicine here. Prentice is looking real good. Also gives us the Ambitious Assault value, too. That's nice. All right, that's great, actually. So go Apprentice. Oh, the problem is then I can't use the Assault, and I need to use Assault this turn. Well, no, I can't quite do it. But I also want to get this value too, like for the card draw. That's true. Well, how do I do that? Feel like I need the card draw, so am I gonna just have to... All right, I guess we go Apprentice. We sack Apprentice. We have to pass. I can't actually afford to do this right now. This is tough. I guess the play is Smelter, 2/2, block the Prancers. We're going to take the Emergence. We're going to draw a card at least. I'm going to have to find a way to deal with Emergence. Because otherwise my other option is... I feel like I'm taking too much damage otherwise, so I think we have to do it this way. We'll kill the Prancers. All right, looks like it's GG's. It was going to be a tough one to come back from anyway, but their last card happened to be the really, really important one they needed there, so looks like they got us. So we'll triple block a Prancer. Not what I want to do, but obviously can't afford to take a bunch of damage here. I think we maybe had a chance if their last card wasn't a trick, wasn't removal, but it was, and it just perfectly placed to exactly what we had to desperately try and do. It's like a last-ditch effort. So really, really tough spot for us to be in there. Like, it could have been so many other things, and it wouldn't have been nearly as devastating, but it's like exactly what they needed there. Mountain for the big slap in the face as we concede here. All right, we'll see you for the next one. This is a tough one. I'm actually pretty tempted to keep it. We need to draw red mana to do anything, or black spells. It's pretty risky. I'm going to keep it. Especially since we're an aggro deck, but if we rip red lands, we're okay. If we rip black spells, we're okay. If we rip neither, we're probably in bad shape. Hopefully Invoke Despair can do some work for us. All right, I mean, that was a very good draw there. Definitely want to go with the red first because we have the Voltage Surge. So I can Surge the Disruptor. I don't know if I want to. I think I'd rather save it for bigger threats. I mean, they're going to be able to ninja. Something to consider. But... Reactor's getting there. Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely stunningly beautiful. Stunningly beautiful. Let's do Boar here. And pass. Alright. So, I think we'll do the Embrace to take out the Disruptor. Oh, I guess we want to do the black mana, huh? Yeah, we're actually going to be able to cast it this game? Oh my goodness. Does it do artifacts too? It's enchantments, right? Creature, Planeswalker, enchantment. So, not actually going to hit that much, but that's alright. We're going to do the Embrace here, take out the Disruptor. It's probably the least exciting Twisted Embrace of all time. But it does get rid of Disruptor and let us get in for some damage here, so worth it in my book. It also makes it so if Ember Keeper dies, we get a 1/1 out of it. It very well may be worth it to wait. I was going to say wait on the Invoke Despair, but I don't know if we will. Apprentice. So let's just draw cards and make them lose life here. So they'll sack what, Apprentice for the sack value? That would make sense, especially with Rabbit Battery. So I think we can do the Leech Gauntlet here and just start reaping value now from that. No reason not to. This is going to make the race more difficult for him anyway, so... It's a sensible play. So we can kill both their guys. That's good. So we'll get in there. I guess while we're modified, we can just... Well, yeah, I mean, I want to kill both their guys. I guess I don't want my, I don't want to lose my, Let's just, I guess Discharge is technically better than Surge, because we have all this excess mana. So let's just kill the bot. So they can't draw cards. Don't need a second artifact. That's fine too. Yeah, we're gonna allow that, whatever. Not a huge deal. Playing Apprentice. Oh, I'm in full control. All right. Well, maybe we do just leave up Discharge. It's just a 1/1 lifelinker, though, huh? Well, let's play that as a red land. We have the modified creature. All right, let's hang out. Oh, well, I'm glad I saved the discharge there. Well, still gonna kill the guide bot. All right, good draw there. So let's go Apprentice. They can make samurais, though, so certainly not out of the woods just yet. All right. All right, Anvil's kind of cool. I really like their deck a lot. So we have to do the sacking on our turn to get the Anvil life drain, so just something to keep in mind. Not that it's a huge deal, but it's just something we got to do. see, if we take 5, I think we probably have to prevent as much damage. Well, that doesn't actually prevent damage, so guess we'll block there. All right. That is that. I like our deck. It really hasn't been performing very well, but I like it. Been running into just not enough, I guess. It's just been not enough, essentially. I mean, we lost this to just some experimental synthesis card advantage. We even invoked Despaired and drained them for 4 and drew a bunch of cards and didn't do anything. See you for the next one. All right, Sands keep. Guess we can go Ember Keeper into Bronze Plate Boar. Could do the Scrounger too. That's good. So I guess we can do Anvil here as well. So we'll Surge a Trainee. Play the Anvil. And pass. Nice, 3 color. Perfect mana. Ah, good with channel. And Kunai as well, okay. So, get the black mana going for that invoke at some point. We can attack and play the Scrounger. Or we can play the Boar. Scrounger doesn't die to the Kunai, so maybe that's better. Still want to be attacking, I think. Okay. So we'll play the Scrounger. If they attack, we will block. Sure, they got us. Still need another black mana. So kill your creature, draw 2 cards, lose 4 life. Pretty good. We've got 1 mana stuff in here too, like Apprentice, and which should obviously be good. And a Simian Sling, so we can cast that. And I mean, I feel okay about sacking it and getting the engine going. Prancer, it's come up quite a few times. I feel like I haven't played it since the beginning of the format, but it's a good one. All right, so I think I'm just gonna take it. So it's not an enchantment. So I guess that's okay. Apprentice is good. I wonder if I'm still supposed to sack the... I don't know, actually. I suppose I actually attack... I mean, we need this. We need to get this clock going here. Oh, that's a good one. Vicious Assault, not looking too sexy right now, but that's all right. Oh, they're gonna get some stuff back? Okay. That makes sense. So they can return the Twisted Embrace? I suppose that makes sense. Gain 3 life, too. Land, obviously not what we were looking for there, but what are you going to do? Wish I had a way to modify a creature. That would be ideal. Alright, it's going to be tough to beat. We need to actually draw non-lands. That counts. Mm. Well, problem is we're going to lose our 1/1, but got to do it. Hmm. Ah. So I guess I was supposed to ambitious assault. All right. See you for the next one. Hey, we actually got a victory with our sweet deck. That's cool. Well, we're on the draw. This hand needs help, but I'm going to keep it. If we don't rip red mana, we're in trouble, but when you're doing aggro, it's tough to mulligan too, you know? No attacks. Well, that's unexpected. Oh, let's see. We don't want to do the assault yet, so I guess we just use a red mana, get our Ember Keeper down. Three color again. Just these decks that have no... I'm so jealous. So jealous of these guys that just have no problem doing this. Absolutely no issues. That's so good. Well, I think we got to save the Twisted Embrace. Well. Oh, they're attacking. Oh, it's got Vigilance. Well, that makes way more sense. All right. Bronze Big Boar. Can just do the assault and get in there. I think we do. Hopefully they don't block the... Hopefully they block the Ember Keeper. Good. It's going to be a lot better for us. Oh, good. Evoke Despair, too. And we got to draw. And we get the 1/1. Good. Nobody expects the ambitious assault. Oh, just a 6/6 thing that when it dies, just get a billion things. Okay. Seems pretty good. Just get 1,000 things back. Return any number of target non-land permanents with total mana value. I also want you guys to note, this is 3-color double blue. No fixing this whole game. You guys have no idea how bitter and jealous I am of opponents that just, no problem, cast double color spells in 3-color decks. It absolutely drives me insane. So if I cast Invoke Despair, they can sack the branch. I mean, I feel like we have to do it. They might accidentally sack wrong. I honestly don't know. We'll see. Because if they sack that as the creature, then they have to sack the branch. So that'd work well for us. Although they could just bounce the branch too, I guess. They can also just like bounce our whole board. So they did sack it. Okay. So they're gonna have to sack... Oh, they could sack that too. Alright. Well, I'm alright with that. They bouncing everything? What are they gonna bounce? Are they gonna get instants and sorceries? Just bouncing the board? Okay. Well, I mean, the good news is we can replay a lot of our board, so that's good. Oh, I guess we can't play that one. Oh, it's okay. We'll do the sling. Oh, I can't do the sling. I guess I have to do apprentice. I didn't want to do the apprentice because we only have 1 red mana. It's a little less good, but that's all right. Creatures, 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 huh? Well, at least we can chump the branch up beside you. I guess that's good. So we'll go land, sling. Guess we can do the embrace first. That thing's got trample, so I'd rather do it like this. Sure. So unfortunately, they are at 5, which means I'm not going to be able to kill them by playing an equipping boar. It'll take them to 1 life. So that would mean we should play everything in our hand and get in for 1. I think that's the best play we can do, because then we at least have chumps for the reach creature here. So attack with everything. Alright. Won by the skin of our teeth. These matches have been insanely close. We're beating 3-color decks that are just putting out mythic dragons. I mean, thankfully, thank God they showed me they had some fixing in their deck, even though they didn't even need it to cast their dragon. Because like I said, God, that's so infuriating. I guess they have the Tanuki too. They just happen to have the 2 blue. What was the white spell they were playing? No white? So maybe they were they green, blue? Okay, if they were green, blue, splash white, then I'm less angry about it. I mean, I'm still angry. But that's just me, you know, on a normal day playing Magic Arena in 2022. All right, we'll see you for the next one. Well, to keep. Got a couple black sources for the Invoke Despair. I'm happy to see Invoke Despair do something. That's good, right? I think we kill that because I don't want them to sack to Invoke Despair. I don't want them to pump it, and I want to get damage in. And we have 2 Voltage Surges, so I hope that is enough explanation. Teachings of the Kieran's a great card, though. Very good. So, Ember Keeper. That's alright. I think we're just gonna go ahead and take the Golden Tail Disciple for a turn and live with it. I'd much rather kill the thing that gets a bunch of value, because it's non-creature and then it gets pumped. So we should probably kill the Kieran Touched Orochi if possible here. I guess if they pump the Disciple, I'd rather... That's interesting. Yeah, because if they pump Disciple, I can kill that too, so... I don't know. Alright. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. We only have the 1 red mana, so... Guess that means... Let's just Surge the... Well, I'm not going to be able to attack anyway, so maybe I wait. All right, we'll see where they put the Roaring Earth token. All right, so they saved it. They're going to exile more. They're going to punish us pretty badly here. If I rip black mana, I can make them sack both their creatures. They probably sack the Roaring Earth, I'm guessing. I'm still going to be able to kill one of them with... I suppose I better still kill the Orochi, I'm guessing. Because otherwise it's just going to grow too big. Take entirely too much damage. Did get our thing, so that's good. Let's do this. They can sack the Roaring Earth, though, so let's see what creature they lose. Not gonna block, so I guess we attack. Well, I'm happy we at least cast Invoke Despair a few times this draft. Even if we are in a little bit of a tough spot here. Alright, well, I guess I don't really care too much about a Bamboo Grove Archer. As long as it gives us time to... I probably block the... Well... Yeah, I think I'm actually going to block the Disciple with the Ember Keeper and then Ambitious Assault. Yeah, because I'd rather Flame Discharge that. Doesn't matter if they attack here or don't. All right, just gonna kill the flyer. We don't have to pay this much, but whatever. All right, Apprentice is good. Still have to deal with a 4/5 though. Not the easiest thing to do. Like, I don't have the... Even if I reconfigured the other thing, it wouldn't have been enough to kill the thing. Well, that makes things tricky. Guess we block. It's modified, so we'll get another one. And then at least make it a 2/2 as well, I guess. Yeah, I hope this does it in the right order. Nope, sure didn't. Sure didn't do it in the order I wanted. Thanks. Thanks for explaining which way it goes. I'm glad that wasn't like a super relevant +1/+1 counter that I desperately, desperately needed right there. Oh, this game really just finds every way possible to drive me absolutely insane. I love that. That's the way it chose to auto do the triggers. Not the one that gives me the 1/1 first, but make sure you put it on the thing that's got the Intercessor's Arrest. Make sure you do it in that order. Probably take 4 here, actually. Like, if I block, it's modified non-tokens, so I might as well hope I find a creature, but I find a land, so that is that. Could have used anything there. Just anything. Do I use Assault now because I have something that's modified? I have no idea. I don't think so. I think we hope to rip a creature and then block it with Sling, block that with Sling, and then find something. Yeah, that +1/+1 counter completely flipped my chances of winning this game. Interface stuff like that, my mistakes. It's just so many things about Arena that drive me insane. Just ripping lands. Oh, no. All right, Fooey. I wanted to block the 4/5 in. Well, I guess I had to jump both because that was pumped. Well, I maybe would have bought myself another turn, but I don't think I clicked too fast. Frustrating draft. frustrating draft. There's been a lot of frustrating drafts. I really enjoy this format too, which is funny. I think it's well designed. I think there's a lot of really cool archetypes. But man, I have been driving myself crazy, absolutely crazy playing this format. Just mistake after mistake after mistake. Not like auto taps, triggering incorrectly. Just so many endless frustrations for me. I didn't say what I would have taken out of that last pack. All right, let's see here. Yeah, pretty easy bank buster. This card's great. All right, thanks for tuning in, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoy me going insane. And we'll see you for the next one.